Yo, faux shizzle, etc. Yes, welcome to another edition of Rapping the Forums. We'll better explain to all you homies just what exactly this is. This is the section of the show where we try and find incredibly appalling forum posts and combine them with the only other real total massacre of the English language. That is rap music. There you create Rap in the Forums. It's a horrible monster of dynamic proportions, and it's exceedingly blinging. Right. Okay. Let's get on with this one. Are you ready? You better be. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. Gouge me as cloth-wearing class, but also my druid leather working class. I find gouge and 2 annoying attack. It's a short time on our server, the lame group called Rogues found out that they had gouge. They don't fight, they gouge. Wait for energy. Backstab, just hit you some. Gouge again when energy. Backstab again. Now my mage is cloth and could take 2, maybe 3 of these backstabs with some hits in between. My druid isn't 60 yet, and no instacast heal yet, but it's very annoying too. Does gouge actually have diminishing returns? If it does, change it 2 times. It's blatantly BS that attacks and totally disable you from combat. Does a hit to you and disables you again. With mage I am able to deal damage though, mostly second row jumps in when it's getting exciting. But if you can, gouge me again, but for some class that don't have blink or Frost Nova. Frost Nova doesn't count, you Frost Nova heat gouge. This is not fun. In other words, nerf gouge with the stamina rogues have with PvP gear. Mages have a hard time already. In good old times before patch, you could kill a rogue trying to walk back in his Zerg of friends. Now they got too much hit point. Seriously, do something about this idiotic rogue love. ... and a dot. I said British kids couldn't rap. You fools! Haha! Oh, we be far more street than you. We be spiffingly street, in fact. Spinning the crumpets, perhaps. Right, now this next guy, he seems to think everyone cares about what goes on in his guild. Well, we disagree. So here's a long one. Are you ready? And a 5, 2, 3 and a 1, 4, 2. To get things straight before I start, keep in mind that if you all know who Throng is, 60 Night Elf Rogue who quit WoW while I am his brother. Also Deed, a member who quit long ago, sold his account to Simtex. Simtex now plays on Deed as his main character, so keep in mind the Deed equals Simtex. I'm not talking about the real Deed. Anyway, before Throng quit, he had bought an elite Night Elf mount with his remaining gold, and he was going to donate it to someone in the guild who needed it. He ended up giving it to one of the guildmates, Deed, his other characters in Simtex, with a notion that he could use it. Deed told Throng he needed it, so Throng gave it to him. The thing was, Deed already had an epic mount, and he lied to Throng to take advantage of his insincerity and make money off the mount. Later, another guildmate, Lardia, who also quit, found Deed spamming an Iron Forge to sell a mount for 750 gold. Lardia said he wanted it, not knowing that Throng had given Deed the mount for free and made a deal with Deed to buy it with payments over time. After some time, Lardia had paid 250 gold out of 750 gold when he found out that Deed had gotten the mount for free from Throng. Lardia wasn't going to get scammed by his own guildmate, so we got a refund for it and quit the guild. At the same time of all this drama, Throng spoke to Deed again, still not knowing Deed had already got an epic mount, and found out that the mount was still unused. Throng told Deed to pay me, Chencho, 100 gold, so I could get something out of this since I'm his brother and all. An elite mount for 100 gold is a good deal. Anyway, I found out that Deed already had the mount, and the mount Throng had given still was unused, so I told Throng. Throng responded by telling me to tell Deed to give me the mount because Deed obviously had no use for it. Deed lied to me and said he already sold it and was going to give the 100 gold to me. I asked for the name of the person he sold it to, and he replied saying, "No, I'm not going to tell you. I don't want you bothering this person." Knowing that Deed still had the mount in his hands, I told Throng what happened and how Deed had tried to take advantage of me by selling the mount for his own profits. Yeah, Throng then spoke to Deed again and demanded that he give the mount to me. Deed replied, "No, You told me I could have the mount if I gave Chencho 100 gold. This 100 gold that he never gave me, by the way. This entirely was not the case. Frong gave me the mount to use, and ordered him to give me 100 gold for the cost. He did not obey, and this is when Frong told Deed he had three choices. 1. Give Chencho the mount, or 2. Give Chencho 500 gold, or 3. Keep the mount and get reported to a GM for scamming. Deed responded by quitting the guild to make me and Frong look like the bad guys. Very soon the guild officers were involved in the situation. Deed lied to the guild officers, saying that the deal with Frong was to keep the mount to give Chencho 100 gold, which was not the deal. Soon the guild leader, Deceased, was also involved. Deceased directly told me how to stop bugging Deed about the mount and told me he'd give me 100 gold if I would leave him alone, although I told him the whole situation and how Deed lied to Frong and took advantage of him. I responded by saying that Frong gave Deed three choices and giving 100 gold was not a choice, so I told him I resort to reporting him to a GM to track down the mount and get it back to me. Deceased had told me that Deed gave the mount to Saber, a friend of his. Frong reacted and personally asked Saber on AIM if Deed had given him the mount. Saber said that Deed told him he would get an epic mount, but had not received anything yet. So once again, Deed has lied, but this time to the leader of the guild. I then told Deceased about the lie, and Deceased showed no interest. He didn't even want to solve the issue anymore, and he told me if I were going to take action with the GM to do it, I was sick of the whole issue, so I just told Deceased to send me 100 gold, and I forget about the whole thing. I took my 100 gold. Deed still has the mount and got away with the scam. And for some inexplicable reason, I think people actually care about my whining. Wow. Just wow. Have a Murloc. Yes. Do you get any better than that? I don't think so. I really don't. What kind of amazes me? I think it's the Americans. I'll probably blame those. But you got to explain the absurdity of taking a forum post about a video game and doing it in a rap style. And they said, oh, it's not a very good rap. Like, no, really? No, you actually think it's supposed to be serious. Oh my god. You're even worse than I thought. Anyway, alright, we've got 8 minutes of the show left. We've still got Imbecile of the Week to deal with, so I think we'd better get right onto it. So, let me find my sound sample just to sound there. For comic effect. Here we go. Imbecile. 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 Of the week. Yeah. Anyway, the Imbecile of the Week this week. If I can find my post. There we go. There's been a lot of this recently. On the European forums, we had a whole issue about a guild, basically, called the Seal Cub Clubbing Club. Now, I find that quite funny, but it's against Blizzard policy because it's, well, clubbing seals, and that's not very nice, is it? Seems the Americans have this similar thing, and this thread has got 6 pages worth. And it's called a guild. The guild is called the Curb Stompers. And here's the funny bit. This guild was a bunch of friendly family type guys. We all knew each other by first name. We knew when each other was usually online, and we got blah blah blah. Our guild was killed by Blizzard at 3 AM this morning. From what I understand. And why? Name violation. Yeah, name violation. And he basically goes on to argue, oh, it's hypocrisy because World of Warcraft's violent, blah, blah, blah. No, let me give you a hint. He describes curbing as a fighting move. Let me give you a hint. Curbing is a method of murder. Not only is it a method of murder, it's a method of horrible assault, often racist. And it's no laughing matter. And if you can't think of a better name for your guild than Curb Stompers, then you deserve everything you get. You deserve to be bathed in a bath of acid, taken out only when your skin is burned away, and then fed to a pack of rabid dogs. Then we'll see how funny you think your amazing guild name is. Curb Stompers is a crap name for a guild. It's even worse than Leroy Jenkins. I kid you not, there is something worse than Leroy Jenkins, and it is the Curb Stompers Guild. You suck! I'm going to link that post for you just because it was asked. So there we go. Right, we're coming up the roundup of the show. That was, of course, the sounds of Imbecile. 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 the week. Yep. Your guild name's rubbish. You suck. Right, okay, last 5 minutes of the show. Round up and get a few requests in for the outro. We talked about the leaked 1.6 notes. You can find those, well, pretty much anywhere. Use Google, best way of doing it. Hasn't been confirmed, but it's probably going to happen, realistically speaking. Just enough time to tell you about a little feature we're enabling on our website. We've got a new show coming up on Friday called The Round Table, which is going to be a combination debate and quiz show. I'm going to be involved in that. Medros 99 and Illusion shall be hopefully hosting it. If you want to get your questions in for that, then do so. If you want to get your questions in for the Murloc next week, email themurloc@gmail.com. That is themurloc@gmail.com. And we're going to have a little countdown feature on our website that is ready to be tested just after this show goes off the air. We've been having a lot of people saying, I don't know when your show's on because I live in a different time zone. No longer! It's an epic feature, folks. It is epic. It's going to be a countdown to the next show. So, no matter what time zone you're in, you'll know exactly when the next show's going to be on. Fantastic. The next show on this week will be Downtime Down Under tomorrow, beginning at 9 a.m. CET. That is, of course, 2 p.m. British Standard Time. That's 1 p.m. Greenwich Medium Time. And if you can't work out the rest, well, that's your fault. It'll be me taking you through with requests to the Murloc through for 2 hours, and then Medros will be taking over 2 hours, and then we shall have the Ironforge Metal Show, some of the heaviest metal on the planet. I know some people enjoy that, and it's great fun to do. It's my reward for doing so much radio work. Anyway, thanks, guys, for listening. It's been fantastic. I've enjoyed every minute of this show, and hopefully this has made up for the awful, awful broadcast I did last week. This has been Blue Please. You have been listening to WoW Radio. I've been Total Biscuit. Now I'm going off for a cocktail. Thank you for listening, folks. And I've got a couple of requests to finish on. This is a request, and it goes out to a guy called Q-Show. It's a band I love very dearly. This is a cover of a track called Freestyler. It's called Sid Styler. The band is called Machine Eye Supremacy. This has been WoW Radio Blue Please. Good night from me. Good night from the Murloc. And enjoy.